Hi everybody, this is Helena.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are Speaker Insight, where we help speakers, authors and coaches to build a business on your terms. I'm wearing my glasses because I'm doing a school mommy thing, so I'm going to take those off right now.
Got
I know.
the actual band to be like a school teacher.
Well, it's because I kept using it as a hairband and I'm killing my glasses as a result of it. So I've chosen this and going with this look for a moment.
I'm not saying that you look like you're getting older or
Whatever. Talk to the hand. Oh my gosh, we're on that already. We do a monthly spotlight for our membership, and talk to the hand came up quite a lot.
She was very rude to me.
I truly was not. Anyway, we are Speaker Insight, and we help speakers, authors and coaches to build a business on your terms. And we actually have a bit of a treat for you that is probably out of the norm for what you expect from us, because normally we're teaching you some kind of methodology or something to think about around the how you do something. Today we're gonna, and practically out in the world around email or marketing and that sort of thing. But today we're actually gonna really take a look at how you manage your energy efficiently, because your energy is the key to everything. And because you're all arriving at the moment, we're going to give you a chance to arrive. So we're going to talk about the buzz in your business. What is interesting, exciting, intriguing? Have you won an award? Are you going up for one? Are you writing a book? Have you launched something? What's actually happening that's exciting? And whilst you're typing, I'll tell you what's happening for us. For those of you who are actually watching this at a later date, do a hashtag replay. We do like to know, especially like from the ones, I saw one that was watched 47 weeks ago or something. It was like, oh my word, that's amazing. It's good.
Brett's catching us from hospital.
What?
Just out of surgery, so I needed some extra energy today. We're sending you lots of healing energy, Brett.
Entirely. And of course, you are perfectly placed to actually do this. I don't think a lot of doing for you with some recovering and healing for you might be the energy that you're actually going to be using. So some of the buzz in our business is definitely this. One, I think it might be my fault, but this household now has
virtual reality.
They got an Oculus Quest as a result of being slightly jealous of the setup that we have at my house. And are your arms sore today, darling?
Oh my goodness, I did this game called, what's it called?
Beat Saber.
And I did a really hard level, and I feel like I've just done a proper workout that I can't lift my arms above my head.
We have now found the exercise mode of choice for Kelly, which is really quite exciting.
Stuff yoga, stuff marathons, it's virtual reality.
Yeah, I can just exercise at home, but in a really cool way. So anyway, moving swiftly on, it is obviously full on summer holidays. And in fact, I was just reading the fridge over here, and there is a whole list of things that these guys are doing. But what's really interesting about it is that both of us are celebrating anniversaries this weekend.
Our partners' anniversaries.
Correct, not our anniversaries, because that would be weird. So Kelly, where are you off to?
I'm off to Prague
with Richard, and I'm off to the Cambridge Folk Festival with Ralph. And basically, this is for us a long-term tradition. So we're celebrating our 16th, I think, Cambridge, and therefore our 16th anniversary.
I was going to say 16. No, don't ever say I think afterwards.
No.
It's our 16th anniversary.
Ralph and I have an argument about, because I've gone to 2 more Cambridge Folk Festivals than he has, and so that's why I always have to think about it. But basically, we're probably not going to be around very much over the weekend. So, guys, those of you who are in the Connection Hub, you're in charge. We really might not be there as much as we normally are. So if you hear that somebody's looking for a particular training and you know that would help, go find it for them. Which is really good. And most importantly, because people usually hang on for this, the next Connect and Create Day is on the 9th of October. So for those of you who want to meet people who you've already met virtually, in that kind of virtual, who you've met in the Connection Hub, by all means, come along and actually meet those people in person and get some coaching from us. What's going on?
16 people, by the way, so book up quick. It goes really
It does go fast.
I love the fact that Robert's called it an Optimus Prime rather than an Oculus. Optimus Prime is
Optimus
from
Prime.
X-Men,
No. That's the Transformers.
Oh.
Watch the geeks. Brilliant.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
Okay, good. So let's talk about energy, because we've probably got enough of you here right now. Energy is actually vital, absolutely vital. And the premise behind this is really that the more energy you have, the easier it is to enjoy what you're doing, or at least to find the motivation or get a strategy for the things that you go, oh gosh, right, I'm ready, I'm going to go in there and do it. You know, we've all got those. They're like the nemesis task that need to be done in the business. And the more energy you have, the easier it is to tick those things off, even if they feel like they drain you.
Yeah.
That makes sense if you think about it. If something is going to drain you, the more energy you have, the less drained at the end of it. You're not going to run out of energy if you have a whole bunch of it. So this live is absolutely dedicated to, in a very practical way, we're going to talk about what energy is, how you might get some, what gets in the way of it, and some really practical tips, like basically the collation of everything that we know that you could do to really stay in high energy, because it's just going to make life nicer and better. And during the summer, never mind for the whole of your life, why not?
Yeah, but also being a speaker, author, or coach, we know that this entrepreneurial journey is a complete roller coaster.
And it's tough.
You'll be really buzzing with high when things are new and you're excited and you get good feedback. There'll be the times when you dip right low, when you're really pushing out of your comfort zone and you're like just doing those big,
that's right,
big girl pants,
big girl pants, yeah.
And there's going to be the times where your energy feels stuck because you're learning something new, you're procrastinating, you're doing things that you don't like to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to help you navigate all of them.
Exactly. And so the first thing I want to really say is this, is, you know, our aim here is to make you the most productive, efficient and effective that you can be. And yes, all three of those sound like they're the same, but they are very different. Don't get me started. But here's
Dictionary
why.
Definition
I know,
time.
right? Truly. I've run a whole day on these. But anyway, so why do we need to conserve our energy or manage our energy? Because part of it is the conservation of it, part of it is the use of it. Because we have finite time and infinite energy. So just notice that. Our time is finite, but it starts to define how we think about our energy. And I want you to really start to separate those two things out, because our energy is actually replenishable through the way you approach the work, through the way you respond to or react to situations, through the actual doing that you're doing and what joy or attitude you bring to it. So you can absolutely take charge of your energy in the same way that you can take charge of your time, but your time runs out. Your energy doesn't have to. And that's the key message that we really, really want to put in here.
And I'll put a link in here because we have done a live before. So it's in the comments now. But we did a live last summer, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Which was all about time management.
Yeah.
So that was very practical. We give you a daily action planner. We help you understand chunking time. So that's very much about the actual practicalities of projects and time management.
Yeah.
Where this live is about the energy behind it.
It's all around the energy behind it. So why do you want to manage your energy? Because you'll get more done. You'll feel more satisfied, more connected, and more safe. Those are three of the basic human needs that you actually have. And the more energy you bring to something, the easier it is to feel safe, satisfied and connected. You also get to be the role model that you actually want to be. Most of us as speakers, authors and coaches do want to make an impact in the wider world, whether that's local and on your doorstep or global out there. And so by managing your energy and by showing up consistently, you are actually being a role model. And even if that's an internal thing, as you're just starting out, you feel great about what you're doing, and that then spurs you on to do more.
But you become that magnet, don't you?
That's
we
right.
all talk about resonating and vibing on the same frequency and like attracting like.
Yeah.
But there are some people that you just don't want to be around.
Too
because
right.
They're energy vampires.
Ah.
So we want to make sure that, you know, we're not saying that you have to be high frequency vibing all the time.
No.
But there's a level that you might need to work out what's the right frequency for your avatar.
Completely.
If you're doing a very sensitive subject, you don't want to be really like
it's horrible.
Manic energy. It's
incongruous almost in that way. But also, we're not saying here that high energy is what you have to be if you're a quiet person. What we're talking about is the energy that you have that you can create and do more of, so that you can authentically show up and do the tasks, deliver what you want to deliver in some way. So we are, at the end of the day, emotional beings, and the currency of energy is emotion. So I'm going to say that again. The currency of energy is emotion. Because when Kelly was just talking about that roller coaster, when you're full of energy, you tend to experience the joys of life. You are happier, you're more motivated, you're ready, you're alive, you're excited. The world is kind of ready for your taking. When you're depleted of energy, when you're a little bit drained, then you actually get yourself into that downward spiral around, just the couch swallows you up and you stop doing things, and your energy kind of goes low in some way, and it actually becomes harder to do anything, right?
And Tim's saying you'll have more energy left afterwards, which you need for health, dealing with upsets. Qigong, TCM has that model.
See?
And
my love affair continues with Tim.
It's public now, right?
It is, totally and utterly.
And Brett and Sarah are agreeing with the energy vampires thing, that they're the key to stay away from.
Yeah, it just makes sense. So here's the thing. So one more sort of sentence to really get your head around. Your energy will drive your focus, because when you're highly energized, you are going to do the high priority tasks, whether they're hard or not, because you've got the energy to tackle them. And the vice versa is true as well. Your focus can impact your energy. So doing low priority items or low energy, like things that drain you for a long period of time, can actually drive you into frustration, boredom, irritation, being a snappy git. Basically those tasks that you don't enjoy. If you just did a whole day of those, you would end up really cranky and you would end up depleted. So we've got some suggestions for you around how you can handle that, right?
What was the word that you used?
Doldrum
tasks.
In the doldrum tasks, which are just the ones that land you in the pit of despair, basically. So I'm going to keep talking for a little while. We're just going to keep going back and forth. Kelly does all the practical things, you see. So I'm just going to keep on telling you a little bit more. What gets
you do all the emotion, feely, touchy, huggy
inner,
stuff.
outer. It's all good. It's yin yang. It's whatever works. So here's the thing. I want to talk about some of the things, and this is almost a bullet list. So if you haven't actually got a pen and paper out, I would highly recommend it, or just notice inside yourself what's relevant for you. Because the first step to anything is becoming aware of how your energy is actually being affected by things. So let me talk to you about some of the things that we think gets in the way of using your energy well. The first of it is what we sort of harped on about, last summer, which is we focus on time. We let our time or lack of it drive our energy. Even right now, you might be thinking, oh, have I got time to actually watch this live? I really want to watch this live, but I don't really want to. And so we actually start to drive our energy mad just by the time thinking that we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Sorry, Brett's just saying cognitive energy is limited resources as well. So tackling difficult tasks when your emotions are high will net better.
Exactly. And so that's exactly what we're saying. So stop actually thinking about time necessarily and start thinking about a task in terms of the energy that it might take. What will it require of you? What might it give you? Because it might actually be that if you're completely in your flow, I love to write. And so when I'm in my flow, an hour doesn't matter because it feels like an hour and a half, because actually energetically, it just satisfies me. So there will be tasks that you absolutely just go, I'm really excited about that. Even when you look at your little to-do list, you go, I want to do that one, and that one. Confusion and overwhelm will absolutely get in the way of you using your energy well, because it stops you being able to decide. It stops you, if you're in confusion, you actually don't have enough knowing about what to do or what to choose. And so you dither about it, and it just means that you procrastinate, right? What?
Robert makes me laugh. He always quotes that quote that I said to you in a training. Where Helene, I think it was a changemaker thing we were doing. It was. And we were running a spotlight, and Helena said to me, Kelly, was that an emotion you just expressed? And I said, no, it wasn't an emotion, it was a logical thought.
It was a logical
thought.
And
Robert quotes this in my face every time we talk about me being touchy-feely.
Feelings?
Practical.
Thinkings.
Sorry,
it's all good. No, it's totally fine. So we've got, what gets in the way? Your focus on time. What gets in the way? Your confusion or overwhelm. Actually, that whole space around, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? In some way.
Not having a strategy, not having a plan.
That's
just
it.
Literally having that list of things to do and
not
really knowing where to
prioritizing it
start.
at all. And so you do low and high priority tasks in the same time. Messy environments, interestingly enough, I was reading a study the other day where we lose on average 7 hours a week just to lost keys and looking for things that really should be highly simple in our environments, but no. Because you don't have a place for everything and everything in its place, so my TGI Fridays things, yeah, I know.
Unless you're highly structured and you never lose anything because everything's always in its place.
Indeed. So I do like coming here. It's fantastic. Interestingly enough, if you actively make sure that you know what the things are that you need. Sorry, I'm going into solutions again. It's how I work. But if you have a place for everything and everything in its place, and you know what a particular task will require of you, it makes it so much easier just to get started, because you can use, when we are depleting our energy, you can use the messy environment as a way to stop you doing something.
Yeah.
So even if you've decided to do something, a messy environment might just stop you doing it or drain your energy before you do the thing. So it's always kind of divided energy.
And it does depend on your drive, because I know
Completely.
for me, I'm so internally referenced that I can sit in a really messy room.
That's right.
And I don't even see it.
Yeah.
My husband, if there's a cup on the table, he can't sit down and focus until that cup's in the dishwasher. So again, you need to be aware.
I'm looking at this mug and just going, oh, this one's in danger,
Yeah, it's in
because
danger of
there's
being
like
put
a
away
tiny,
soon.
tiny bit left.
But again, be aware of that, because
Yeah.
then you, even if it's just one room of the house that's
right.
always kept tidy,
Yep.
that could be the room that if you're externally referenced that
Totally.
you go to, so you don't feel like distracted.
And that one is the clean your desk at the end of the day, so that you arrive in the morning ready to actually do what you're doing. The other things are that can get in the way of us using our energy well are things like the distractions, the laundry, the dishes, the mowing the lawn. Basically get some help in for them, like truly outsource them, and then you don't have to worry about them, and they won't deplete your energy because they don't require your energy in the same way.
I like this one from Elizabeth. I really reference this. This is one for the women out there. But we
Miss
have
Cald-
to,
yeah,
we have to monitor our cycles and seasons. Being productive at the right time, batch those tasks to match your energy levels. Don't multitask because it
Perfect.
fries the brain, or switch tasks. That takes up to 25 minutes to refocus.
Yeah.
More lost productivity time.
Completely.
But you have to know yourself, right? I know
Yeah.
that there's sometimes cycle-wise that I've got complete brain fog, my energy's low, so I make sure that I don't do any extrovert work.
Correct.
Or filming or anything.
We definitely
like that.
don't do filming at those times. But that's exactly it. And again, you know, the key to it is awareness, which is why we're just putting all of these things in so that you can go, oh, hang on a minute, I do that. So here's another one that contributes to you not having some energy. Eating poorly, eating too much at the wrong times, absolutely stuffing yourself full. Hydrating, Kelly.
Like, tea's got a lot of water in it, hasn't it?
Hydrating, Kelly. So anyway, we have an ongoing battle with that one. And just even something like sitting for too long. So getting a desk, I mean, one of the best productivity tools I've actually given myself, I mean, I'm a high energy being anyway. It's rare for me to be low energy. But my standing desk
Even
has
in
been
the bloody
most...
morning.
I know, sorry, love. You have to put up with some things at work, don't you? But the point here is that even something like getting up, but don't get distracted by going to the sink, getting yourself a glass of water can change and shift your energy just by the very fact of you actually getting up. It's the kinetic energy, right?
And Brett's referencing back to Eisenhower here. So the 4 quadrants.
Yes.
I'm going to test myself now. The do it, ditch it, delegate it, or...
Delete it.
remind us, Brett, what the last one is. Do it, delegate it, ditch it. Yeah.
Defer it. Defer it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in my world, that's what
you
it
can
is.
correct us, Brett.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great way
Brett,
for
go
you.
look it up so that we're not misquoting the world.
But that's something that you can actually look at all your tasks
Yeah.
and actually go, am I using it? Because a lot of the things that we find that we're doing,
Yeah.
actually we should be delegating a lot of it, or
That's
they're
it.
not to do right now, they're not a priority. But because we like them, they're easy
we
for
choose
us
to do them, and actually you still, weirdly, use your energy doing them, which then leaves you less energy for the task that you've got. Now what?
Elizabeth, no one died from saying, I wish I'd done more housework.
So I don't.
Love it.
Delish. Right. So how do we fix it?
Okay, so then these are the things that you probably, some of them might be going, yeah, I'm guilty of that one.
I do that one.
We've all got our thing.
Yeah.
So again, the awareness is the key. So these are some things that we're going to go through. Got 2 sections of some how to fix it.
Yeah.
One of them is actually knowing what type of person you are. So this is the carrot and the stick scenario. This is the how are you motivated. So are you rewarded by doing those easy tasks first?
Yes.
And getting yourself in momentum of, oh yeah, I'm ticking things off my to-do list. I'm getting going. And therefore the rest of the day just happens.
Yeah.
Or are you the type of person that if you've got the eat your frog scenario where you've got a big, hairy, audacious goal that you really don't want to do, but if you don't do it first off, it sits at the back of your mind, eating away and just niggling at you.
I actually have to. So my level of awareness goes, if I do 3 tiny things that I can tick off and then do a frog, then I'm good to go. Because if I do 3 tiny things and 3 more tiny things, then the frog gets put off.
Yeah, and we spoke about this in the training that I put earlier about the time management. It's actually, if you're thinking that doing sales calls is a big, hairy, audacious goal for you, the more you do, maybe you do some follow-up calls first and then get into sales because your voice is warmed up. You've actually
and you're in the flow of it. And yeah, we're coming on to energy batching a bit like Elizabeth just said. So
to work out, first of all, which way you are so that you know how to set your day up. Then understand about your motivation. So we know that we're only going to achieve goals that we're emotionally committed to. So some of us, that might be extrinsic or intrinsic. So you need to think about, okay, so why do I want to do this? Is it because it's going to give me deep satisfaction? Is it because it's working towards my purpose? Is it because I'm going to feel more confident? All those things that allow you to...
Or is it because I've actually promised someone else I'll get it done? Because that...
Yeah. But that's the external thing. So that's, for me, is secondary. So is it the fact some people, and some of you might know of the 5 love languages, which again, I can put a link in a minute, but that's the way that actually, not just in a romantic sense, working with children, partners, anything. And I'm words of appreciation.
So there are 5 love languages.
I'll find the link.
And Dr. Gary Chapman is just, it's a phenomenal book, and there's a whole series. Well, so I'm just going to distract for a minute. It's a phenomenal book, and for all of you speakers, authors, and coaches out there, it's also a brilliant way of taking one message, which is what we always kind of talk to people about, taking one message and then actually helping people across a whole bunch of niches. So he has the love languages for teens, the love languages for couples, and so on and so forth. So it's actually a brilliant thing to look at just from a productization perspective. And then I'm going to come back to the 5 love languages, which are, knowing how to speak someone else's language is the premise of this. So the more I know what Kelly's language is, the easier it is for me to actually get her to do stuff. So I do. I tell her she's...
It's a bit NLP, but
it's
more than that.
So I tell her she's wonderful a lot of the time, and that she gets things done a lot of the time, and she really likes that. So anyway, so
my one is words of appreciation. So if I'm doing a goal, like I said before, getting that feedback from somebody of, oh my God, this was amazing, or you've really helped me, or I'm so much clearer now. That is what motivates me to get it done, is actually hearing words of appreciation.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Then you have physical touch, material gifts, acts of service. And this is where I come into my own. Acts of service
Do you want to elaborate on that one?
So acts of service is the tiny little things. So that could be something as simple as, and Rich is really good at doing this, just the doing little things around the house, fixing something. Or the other day in my house, Ralph is a big acts of service person. The other day I was saying that one of my cables had actually blown from the lamp that I've got, and so the lamp wasn't working. I literally came in the next day and it was fixed. So it's acts of service that aren't, no thanks are expected in some way. It's just that's how it is.
Like sprinkling fairy dust around everywhere to make everyone's life a little bit better.
Yeah. And the other one is quality time. So my mother runs this one. She loves to spend time. We don't have to be doing anything. She just wants to spend time with you. So I'm sure that you know some people who do that. Why are we talking about this around energy?
Understand your motivation.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm just saying about the external. So Helena's saying some people get stuff done because they've obliged. They said they're going to do it for somebody
That's
by
right.
a certain date. So
And
you're more externally focused to help others than help yourself.
And that's where that acts of service kind of comes into its own. It's just like, I've done something for you. And it makes people feel good, because our 3 core human needs really are connection, satisfaction, and safety.
Yeah. So this is about helping you fix it. So we want to know how you motivated, like in the reward, which way do you do stuff? Is it big hairy goal first? Is it small things to get into flow?
Yeah.
And also, what's the motivation? What's the emotional commitment that you're getting by doing it? So you've got a purposeful task.
That's right.
Then you've got to think, what are my distractions, right?
Yes.
What are my nemesis?
Make your list.
Just maybe it could be that you do a productivity tracker where you actually stop every half an hour and just write down what you've done and
what distracted you.
And you can actually see, oh my God, I've spent 14 hours on Facebook this week, or and my nemesis is Candy Crush, right? It's really, really bad.
But not for long.
No,
there's a machine
I've got
over
virtual
there.
reality to take over. But see, if I have some thinking time, my natural thing is just to pick up my phone and do 5 minutes, and that's really bad, because those 5 minutes can turn into half an hour.
Truly.
So you've got to just identify what are the things that are distractions for you, so that you can be aware of them, first of all.
Agreed.
Optimus Prime is a new distraction. Yes, it is. That's why we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oculus Quest.
It's Oculus Quest, Robert. Okay, so we also want to work out your optimum, God, I'm saying optimum now, optimum chunking time for productivity.
Yeah.
So this is understanding, this is a bit what Elizabeth's saying as well, not just about cycles, but your own cycles.
Yeah.
So I've always been a complete night out all of my life, right? So I'm much better at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is random. But I think it's the fact that there's no distractions that time. For me, energy in the world is very still.
Yeah.
I make sure there's no one's going to phone me. There's not really much activity going on online. So it's that time for me to get into my flow.
Yeah.
You do your morning papers at like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever and stuff.
I'm just an energized bunny.
Yeah,
So my slump is actually somewhere in the 2:30 to 5 o'clock slump, and then I wake up again. So I'm kind of bookending the day with a lot of energy. But the bits in the middle, interestingly enough, I only really tend to plan connection time in there, because connection energizes me.
So like phone calls, catching up with people.
That's it.
Okay. And so this is, again, understanding your slumps.
Yeah.
So it could be slumps from an energy, but it also could be the way that you run your day. So for me, like 3-4 o'clock, I got child pickup from school, dog walk. So that's like not a time for me to be doing anything productive.
I leave by then.
But in that respect, so you need to know and plan your time. So you're not trying to be on all the time.
That's right. Where are the rest moments?
Yeah.
In fact, Josepha said yesterday, the shiny
went
shove
outside,
that I did was actually about, look, when it's a beautiful day, or even if it isn't, go outside, go somewhere else to have the lunch that you're having, even for 20 minutes.
So it's understanding the best times of day for certain activities for you.
For you.
For your style, and also for your lifestyle. And then we talk a lot about to-do lists in the other training, but at least focus one thing you're going to get done in the morning and one thing you're going to get done in the afternoon.
Just two. Honestly, our world is that distracted and led in some ways that we get push me, pull me. As an entrepreneurial being, you're wearing at least 6 hats, if not more. And if you can get 2 juicy bits of work done off your list, you can feel very proud. We give you full permission, right?
And then the last thing, so we've got, these are just the quick fixes. The last thing is knowing your reset button. So if you've gone into this slump of either, procrastination, overwhelm, or you're just doing too much and actually you're fighting fires and you're busy being busy but not actually getting any results, then what's your reset button?
That's it.
How can you pull yourself out of it to reset your mindset? Whether that's meditation, whether that's going for a walk, whether that's having a cuddle with your dog,
whether that's having a go at Beat Saber, which it definitely is in my household.
Yeah, so in those respects, just have that so that you can actually stop getting stuck in the funk and take yourself out and reset.
And the key to this is that if you ever get yourself stuck, then... That really distracted me. Sorry, the flowers are falling apart behind us. If you ever get yourself stuck, change the energy. So change the activity to change the energy. Because actually, even a different energy used will mean that you're not staying in one type of energy. And honestly, it'll make all the difference.
So Neil's saying he aims to do what's in the diary rather than the things that jump up and down for his attention. Good. It takes a lot of discipline. And I know Neil well. It does take a lot of discipline for him. He's a very shiny bunny person. And I'm just going to read Elizabeth's, which is quite long here. So, folks, shamanic earth practitioner here, supporting the frogs all over the world, representing,
they represent cleansing.
Oh, the frogs do. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought she meant eat those
No.
frogs, but actual frogs. Represent cleansing. They sit in the east of new beginnings, replenishing emotional clearing. The water element wish refresh you. When you hear yourself say the words, you are tired, overloaded, harried, frustrated, guilty, nervous, weak, anxious. Have a drink of water.
Beautiful.
Take a break, a bath, a swim, go out in the rain, replenish our parched spirit, body, mind. Frog medicine gives you energy, support energy where we need it. Love those frogs.
Oh,
I don't
that's
have much to do with
beautiful.
water at all, maybe.
So do you know what's really, really cool about that? Frogs are actually my favourite animal, and I used to collect frogs. So now I understand where my attraction to that was. Stop it.
I'm not saying.
Stop it. Truly. I'm just going to move us on. So I'm going to talk about, I said before that energy, the currency of energy is our emotions. And knowing where our energy is actually impacted, we can use the 4 levels at which our energy comes into or is slumped by, if you like. There are some things that you can do. So think about it in this way. If you are slumped physically, so if you've got this whole kind of, a little bit like Elizabeth was just saying.
What did she say? So, tired, overwhelmed,
exactly.
Frustrated, guilty, nervous.
Yeah. If it's a physical slump that you're actually working with, then go, hydrate, rest, eat, walk, go out in nature, breathe, right? Because actually those will shift the energy that you're in, because you'll be physically low and in, and I mean the body is literally like this. For some of you, actually, you'll hit the emotional slump. Everything is wearing at you. You're distracted, you're frustrated, you're irritated, you're angry, you're all of those emotions, or you're sad, all of the variants of those.
Below the line.
Exactly. So again, for those, read something uplifting. Take a moment. Don't just go straight into physical high energy. Instead, sit still and breathe, or stand and breathe, and actually bring more air in, bring more inspiration in. Read something, listen to something.
And Brett's saying moments of insight come when we defocus on the task we're trying so hard to complete. Learnings that come from insight tend to be more meaningful. Changing energy is key to this.
Exactly. And that's beautiful. And that actually then comes into the mental energy piece, which is, if you are mentally drained, the chances are that you just need to walk away for a little while and do something different. Look at something rather than, if you've been stuck reading or writing something, go look at something beautiful, particularly the nature colours, because they will revive you. And the different colours, let's not even go into that, will have different impacts on you. But from a mental perspective, actually stop thinking for a little while and just go elsewhere and be, so that you don't have to. Or at least choose a song or some music that absolutely uplifts you and puts you in a different state of mind, puts different words in, so that you can indeed defocus on what you're doing. And then on the 4th level, so we've got physical, emotional, mental, and then spiritual. The spiritual slump usually comes in oh my God, is it all worth it? Can I actually get this done? Am I good enough? So they show up as thoughts, but there's also a kind of, what am I doing this all for? There's almost
worth,
exactly,
that element.
Exactly. So that one, honestly, the key to that one is stop thinking and questioning and just do something. Do something, do anything, because the action will get you out of, or you'll stop thinking about those big questions to which there really aren't any other answers than the answers you provide for yourself. But if you're caught in that, I just want to get something done, go do something actively. And that could be, in this instance, go load the dishwasher, go actually do the laundry and do something, because your energy will shift and then the thinking will shift alongside.
Yeah, it's the kinetic movement.
Exactly.
So we've understood a little bit about your knowing yourself. So these are the things that might interrupt your energy.
And eat chocolate.
Eat chocolate. I like her. No houseware, eat chocolate, love frogs.
I do love you, Elizabeth.
She's my type of woman.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you understand what could be the pitfalls, why your energy can go high and low.
Yeah.
Then we've understood, the elements that we're saying here of the physical, emotional, spiritual and mental.
Yeah.
Now these are some practical things
We like
to
those.
shift your energy, right? So if you want to increase it or change it, these are some real practical things.
Yeah.
First thing is get a buddy. Right, we've seen this in our membership group Changemaker just this week.
Yeah.
Stephanie and Alex
Yeah.
have teamed up, and just their energy together have both created these brochures because they were egging each other on, giving each other feedback, giving each other deadlines.
Because we set them some homework to actually do as part of it, and they were just like, oh my god, this feels like, ugh. Does anyone want to do it with me?
Do it with me and help
And that was
me.
exactly what got it done.
And they've done more than what they needed to do,
Totally.
right? So actually think about who's out there holding you accountable, who's there making it fun for you.
Yeah.
And if you had to doing the dishes, sitting in the back of your head, dealing with it will clear a blockage. It's that
exactly.
niggling thing we were talking about, Tim, that sort of like subconscious thoughts all the time getting in the way. The other thing about shifting energy is your commitments, it's your promises, and again, it's that accountability.
Yeah.
So it's the fact of actually, this is why a lot of us have coaches, high performance coaches, right? Because they keep you on track, they keep you motivated. But I know so many creatives that will work so much better when they've got the deadline.
Completely.
Right? I know that people that have been writing their books for years, and then as soon as they get the publishing deal and it says you've got to have it all finished in 6 months, what they normally do is for the first 4 months not write anything and write it all in the last 2 months.
But they're mulling. They are mulling. You know, but actually it's the energy of that.
The energy of a deadline that pushes you.
That's right.
So it's having that.
I don't understand that at all.
But why not have those commitments visible for you? So if you've got it in your Google Calendar, right, but why not have it on the wall of the fridge so you can actually start giving yourself that physical push to go, I've actually not got that long. And I'm away that week and I've got those weekends out. And then you start seeing time for realistic purposes and you realise there's not much time to go. So that spurs you on. That
was a little insight into Kelly's mind. Did you get it? That was really cute.
Especially when I got the whole summer. Anyway, so the other thing is we're going back to what Helena said before about this kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Now, there are so many people that have based their whole coaching around movement, right?
Yeah.
Movement is
walk
the
and
key,
talks.
okay?
And, yeah.
So the fact that we're saying here, how can you create more movement, physical movement in your day?
Yeah, because it literally will give you energy. You might think it's counterproductive. Actually, if I physically move, I'll be more tired. No, it's the other way around.
And this is why it's not so much movement, but even standing desks are becoming really popular because, again, people aren't sitting ergonomically. Yeah, you should be on commission, Matt. You've sold standing desks. Mm-hmm. But it's the fact that how can you punctuate your day?
Yes.
Maybe every 40 minutes, half an hour, to have some form of movement. It's not saying go out and run a marathon, but how can you actually get that body movement? Because it's like recharging. If you thought about yourself as a wind-up doll, if you're not winding yourself up, your energy is just going to get depleted all the time. And that kinetic energy sparks everything else going off. It sparks the juices flowing.
And it could just be as simple as moving from one place to another and actually doing the work that you're doing there. Even the act of picking up your stuff, moving it over, just will do a little bit of energizing.
So think about how you can actually, and this is great for the concentration as well, because most of us can't concentrate for longer than half an hour, not just generally, right?
I agree.
So therefore, what is it? Is it taking the dog for a walk?
Yeah,
is it putting a song on and actually having a bit of a boogie? Is it playing virtual reality? What is
I recommend the song.
Yeah. Music for me is the thing that actually changes my emotional state wherever I am. And I actually randomly will notice how worse my day is if I don't have my music on in the shower in the morning. Mm-hmm. Just bizarre, right? That's the type of thing. So think about what is it that you can actually do to create more regular movement in your day.
Correct.
Then we
Mini trampolines are awesome.
Or big ones.
Yeah. Oh, good point. Well made.
Then we need to actually work out your distraction pattern, right?
Yes.
So we've identified it. In the previous one, we said, what are the things that are distracting you?
Yeah.
Then we need to hit them on the head, right? So what is the thing that you're going to do? I know all of us, practically all of us, get lost in the world of social media.
No.
Right? We end up watching cat videos on YouTube. We end up getting involved in conversations on Twitter.
Don't be daft.
All those types of things. We go down the whole keep on scrolling on Facebook.
Yeah.
So please have some way of making sure that you're not cutting yourself off, but having times to do those things, having times to actually go and have conversations on Facebook, respond to comments, let's have them.
Yeah.
We have 4 times a day that we go into the Connection Hub. It's luckily because there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
But we have two slots each,
Yeah.
where we'll go into Facebook for that hour and we'll answer everyone's comments, right? So we know that it's always handled, but also the fact that we know that we're not getting lost in that world.
That's exactly it, because we have to actually run the businesses that we're running alongside that. Neil's actually a man after my own heart. He has a rebounder in the office, and he will actually walk an idea through on the rebounder as well, which I'm loving as an idea, and I'm having some of that. Thank you.
Elizabeth gets even better. She uses her kinetic low energy at the end of the day to run down the stairs, pour a G&T and run back up again.
We love you, Elizabeth. We love you lots.
That's awesome.
Brilliant.
Okay,
right.
So you've got that. So let me put a couple of links in here. So we've identified 2 things that we've used before.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Because you kind of want a screen that's free of distractions. If you are actually going to go into a piece of work and you just want no distractions, there are 2 things that you could do. For those of you who are writing.
Yeah, so if you're writing something like you're currently writing a book, and we've done some reviews on this, there's a really great piece of software called Scrivener.
In fact, it was last month's resource of the month in the newsletter.
Yeah, maybe in the newsletter. So that's a really good resource to help write your book or any blogs or any sort of content anyway.
Yeah.
But in there, you can have a focus-only mode where nothing comes up on your screen while you're writing.
Yeah.
And then the one that I've used is Rescue Time, where actually it's a real great productivity app, but you can actually turn everything off. So there's no Facebook notifications, there's no phone calls coming through on your phone, there's none. You're literally having those dedicated half an hour, 40 minutes where nothing else can happen. But then you give yourself that break.
Yeah, well, you give yourself the break, but also what Rescue Time also does is it just monitors you the whole time. So at the end of the day or at the end of the week, it actually shows you how much of your time was spent on X, Y, and Z, which includes the social media thing and everything else. So it actually motivates you by its own nature, as well as doing that. And for those of you who want to do the really low-tech version of it, most of us use Word as an application. At the bottom of your Word application, down in the bottom right-hand corner, in that little bar at the end, there's a little focus square. If you press the focus square, all you see is the screen with nothing else. No formatting, no nothing. You literally just type. That's very useful.
And on Macs, you can put your Mac in Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, completely. You can as well.
Shitty Facebook, PC version.
There was no need to be rude or judgmental.
Anyway,
keep going.
Next one. So you can also think about, and we've spoken about this before, about using music. Okay, so how can you use music to help you get in that motivational state? So
Sorry, that's our VA.
Spotify is really good for they've already created playlists. Whether you need chill out music, whether you need inspiring music, whether you need to go to the gym music whatever
for concentration.
They've got all these playlists created.
Yeah.
So just see, some people they much prefer to work in silence. And that is the thing that motivates them. And some people
different tasks for me are I need instrumental music for certain tasks, and I need words for other tasks.
Yeah, because if I sing along to everything, I don't want to be creating stuff because
I'm already
yeah. So that's one thing, is actually using music to your advantage.
Yeah.
The next one is going back to Robert Dilt's thing, really, is actually changing the environment, right?
Totally.
So we are off to somewhere sunny later on in the year because we're writing our book together. So we know that actually to take ourselves out of an environment where there's the dishwasher and all the household stuff and distractions to a nice sunny climate where we can sit and just only focus on our book, that's where we're going to get the best results, rather than doing an hour or so every day.
Tiny bit excited.
We'll just blast it for a week, get 7
Get
chapters
it done.
on each, and then we're done, right?
Yeah.
So think about how can you change your environment. In the weather that we've had in the UK recently, it's great to just go and sit outside and do some tasks. That's why we've both got our laptop shades that we have in the garden, which keeps our laptops cool.
Very cool.
Keeps the sun off the screen, but we end up sitting in the garden, and I feel so much better.
Yeah. Just being in the green. And
But it might be the fact that you go to a members club. It might be the fact you go to the library. It might be the fact that you like the hustle and bustle of a coffee shop.
Sure.
So just experiment, right?
And that's the key here. Experiment with what works for you.
I can't do coffee shops because I end up listening to everyone else's conversation, whether I've got earphones in or not, and it's a distraction.
That's it.
So coffee shops aren't great for me.
I love them.
And Tim loves productivity, which plays you ambient noise of a coffee shop.
No way!
I'm doing a review on that one, Tim. You guys are just, you should get married. Anyway, next thing. So the next
I think Ralph will have something to say about that.
The next one is what we said before, is know your slump time. And just make sure that you're scheduling around that. Don't try and change it. That's who you are, right?
And don't push through.
Don't push through it on your terms, remember. But just make sure that you're not putting the high-level activities that need your focus and your attention and energy in your slump time period. And that's why we talk about, we did this a lot on the productivity one, but we talked about energy batching.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be highly productive, don't attempt to put lots of different tasks in the same period. So if you were doing a day's worth of thing and you had administration work, which is all your accounts and your diary administration and all that in the morning, and then you basically had, for example, at 11 o'clock, a meeting where you had to travel into London, then you come back and said, oh, I'm going to schedule my appointments. You're literally just having all of these different tasks. And what happens is you might get lost in one world and not want to break that flow to then do a completely different energy task.
And it's what Elizabeth was saying earlier on. It can take us up to 25 minutes to actually readjust. And actually, so in fact, this happened at my Shine and Rise the other day. People were literally, it was on that very, very hot Thursday. And literally, by the time we were just finishing, they'd all been sat for 90 minutes and they were all like, no, we want to stay and do more, because they were just in it. And so give yourself the opportunity to be in it so that you can actually be the most productive. Exactly.
Another app from Elizabeth's self-control app on her Mac. I don't know that one, so we're going to look at all these afterwards. But thank you for the suggestions.
Brilliant.
The thing about being in flow is really key with energy. Yeah. So you again need to identify what you doing when you're most in flow. So Helena said earlier that her thing is writing, and when she goes there, she goes to another world, and the time expands.
That's
it. It might be the fact for you, it's like actually videoing, or it might be coaching, or whatever your thing is, which is actually working towards your business, but it's where you feel most natural. It's you feel at home. It's not something that's pushing your comfort zones. And then
just ease.
Yeah, what we will say to do is, on a daily basis, create a task where you're doing something in your flow once a day.
That's it. Right? And for some of you, that's actually do it early on, so that you've actually already feel like you are, not only that you've completed something, but that it's something that is so satisfying to you that will energize you so much that even the crappy stuff that you do need to get done, you'll do it because you just go, I'm on a high from what I just did. Well done, me.
Yeah. The other thing we need to do, and we did this a little bit in the productivity one as well, is actually creating buffer times around tasks. So when you look at your diary, it's not literally back to back, because this allows you to have that, I can go on a little bit longer and I don't have to finish right now if I am. That's it. But it also allows for unexpected things to come up.
Man alive.
Right? We all get those fires that we need to fight on a daily basis. So if you have literally got every minute of your day scheduled to high heavens,
that can really deplete your energy without even starting your day.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that you're creating buffer periods around each of your tasks.
That's it.
And then the main thing here is then set yourself rules, right? We all work, we're so much better. We're all young kids at heart.
Yeah, we are.
So we need those boundaries, we need those rules to play in. So make sure that when we go back to the whole, what great idea, buffer time, such to the music of hammer time.
I really want to get up and move right now.
You've got baggy pants on.
No, I haven't. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, it's buffer time.
I'm feeling a skit coming on at some point soon. Anyway, I feel a new challenge.
So when we go back to those rewards, we said right back earlier about knowing yourself, is that knowing your motivation, but also give yourself that whole, yes, you've done the thing to today, how are you going to reward it?
Yes.
And this is when we're saying to Robert, actually that virtual reality is in now, after the summer holidays.
Completely.
Because I take summer off.
Yeah.
After summer holidays, it will be no virtual reality until 7 p.m. when the working day finishes.
I was just going to say, the rule in my house is no TV before 7.
Right. So
and it's good. And
I love Pomodoro.
Tim, we love Pomodoro. Pomodoro, for those of you who haven't actually used it, are just brilliant timers on your laptop that you can use. Go check them out. They're so good.
So we've got those things there about buffering time and then setting yourself a reward to say, well done for keeping on schedule, for doing your 2 main priorities, for taking those breaks, for being in movement all day long, and managing your energy.
And here's marrying something from what we were saying earlier on. If you know that you've got something done and it's highly likely that you'll get it done, and you know that your love language is words of appreciation, engineer that somebody tells you well done. Engineer that you're actually going to tell someone you got something done so they can give you the words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Trust me, like don't expect it to happen, like actually engineer it.
But you do that really well in coaching sessions where you ask the coachees 2 questions.
2 questions at the end. What did you like best about the session? And what was most valuable?
So you're going to hear positive things there, hopefully. But that's a way of actually engineering that people are going to give that. And they're also aware of their learning.
I was just going to say, because for me, it might sound self-serving. It's actually for all the coaches out there, so I'm just going to say this. They're brilliant questions at the end of a session, because what did you like best? You are always going to be surprised what they say. Mm-hmm. What did you like best? Sometimes they talk about you. Most of the time, they actually do wow, I really like the aha I had about X, Y, or Z. So it reconfirms the actual core pieces that they're going to walk away with. And what was most valuable usually points to the thing that they should do in the next 72 hours.
Action.
Exactly. So it's but they are brilliant because they help to reinforce and energize and leave people feeling energized about it.
So we've given you a list of practical things there from lots of additional softwares and apps, lots of things about hydration, about movement, about time management, about rewards, about loads of things. We just want you to now pick one.
Just one.
Okay? One thing that you're going to maybe implement for the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
And it could be something new.
Or just this week.
Yeah, it could be the fact that you're going to change your environment and see if you work better in a coffee shop than you do at home, or whatever it might be.
Or it could be one of the apps that's just been mentioned. It might be that you choose to do Pomodoro for a week and actually go, that really works for me.
It's the one that sparks the debates here. Yes, you have been sparking debates in the Connection Hub, haven't you?
You really have, Kieran. Nice to see you here.
You have to watch the replay though. We're nearly finished.
Yeah, but thank you. We love a healthy debate,
we do.
So it's really good. But seriously, so pick one thing. If you know that you distract in a particular way, choose something that you could do that allows you not to be as distracted, and do it. Even if you don't want to pick one of these, at least make a list of your distractions so that you have that awareness, because the awareness will then lead you into some kind of action, hopefully.
Even if it is the fact that you look at your iPhone, and I think it was earlier on this year, it basically tells you your productivity time, or I can't remember what it's called. It's in the settings, and it shows you how long you've been working on emails, how long you've been on social media, how long you've been playing games for. That insight in itself is enough to shock you to go, maybe I should put my phone in rescue time mode.
Yes, that's right.
A little bit more often than I should, because it really just gives you that feedback, which is why I love that app, Rescue Time, because it gives you your feedback on how productive you are using your time.
And all of these things are, of course, essentially about managing your energy efficiently.
Screen time, thanks for it. That's what it's called.
It. Yeah, well done. So all of this is about you having more energy, because the more energy that we have, so I'm going to finish where we started, which is time is finite, energy is replenishable. And so you can actually, by knowing yourself well and by knowing how you replenish your energy, you can actually stop saying oh my God, I've got no energy, because you are actually in charge of your energy. You just need to know how it works for you. So go find your recipe.
Yep.
That's us. Blessings, we'll see you next week, but we're off to do all
so we might be a bit quiet from Thursday, Friday onwards in the hub, because we're both away.
We're both away celebrating
that doesn't mean that you guys can be really naughty. We're still going to be keeping an eye.
Too right. It's not a cat's away. Have a great week.